Yes, there absolutely are new issues that CFIUS is addressing, forefront issues that companies should be knowledgeable in when they make when foreign investments happen that are covered by CFIUS. One, Congress is intimately involved, and agricultural deals are at the forefront. I'll talk about that later. Number two, CFIUS is really invested in addressing and finding transactions that aren't and haven't been notified to them through a non-notified process. Extra resource, very focused, and so companies should be aware if they haven't filed, CFIUS may come and find you. The next issue is penalties. CFIUS is issuing penalties. In the past, they didn't really issue any, and now CFIUS is definitely issuing penalties for violations of not filing if it's a mandatory transaction or a violation of mitigation agreement. Civil, monetary penalties up to the value of the transaction. And third, there's a policy change in where CFIUS is focused. They now are really looking at supply chain matters where it concerns a transaction. Before that, it was third country issues, such as involvement with China, and then prior to that was cybersecurity. Yes, that's actually a big issue. Real estate transactions have become a key focus of CFIUS and Congress, especially stemming from a recent investment in North Dakota. Chinese company Fufeng tried to acquire a land and property near a U.S. military institute, and that created a big political issue. Eventually, the deal never went through, but it was determined that CFIUS didn't have jurisdiction. As a result, Congress is finding ways in bills to expand that jurisdiction, and certainly CFIUS is looking into it as well. A thing to also note is that states themselves are implementing and putting in laws to restrict foreign investment. So that's something investors need to keep an eye for. The outbound investment program, when implemented and if implemented, will be an astounding change in how U.S. persons need to think about what they do in terms of their money and going out the door. The executive order that was issued by the administration in August essentially lays out where they plan to go. For semiconductors, microelectronics, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing, there will be limitations on investments, prohibitions on those investments, and also notifications. So the key thing to understand is the parameters of what it's going to apply to. Quickly, it's going to be administered by Treasury. The rules haven't been implemented yet, but it's likely they will, given congressional pressure. And investors, U.S. persons, should realize that their investments are going to be prohibited, especially with entities in China. Wiley has broad and deep experience with the CFIUS process and also the outbound investment program. I ran CFIUS at Treasury, and my co-partner Nazak Niktar ran CFIUS at the Commerce Department. We have negotiated and helped draft the new CFIUS laws and been intimately involved in their implementation as well as the outbound investment matters. We have great counsel that works on export controls, sanctions, FARA, that all are outlier parts of what needs to be done and evaluated in a CFIUS and outbound transaction deals.